feel like we've been waiting for this day. We truly have been waiting for this day for like a good solid year. And I can't believe it's finally here. I got an email recently from Indyx saying that they had just launched a new feature, social styling, where you, yes, you, can style me. So with this new feature in mind, I put out the call over on my community tab asking you to send me some outfits using the clothes I have in my wardrobe. And boy, did you deliver. So I thought it would be fun to spend a week together where you dress me. I'll pick some outfits that feel very me, that I feel very comfortable in. But then towards the end of the week, we're also going to play around with some of the really kooky ones that you came up with. So without further ado, let's just dive in to you styling me for a week. Hello. Welcome to Monday. I cannot believe how many of you put together almost this exact outfit. And it is indeed an outfit I have never put together myself, and I don't know that I would have. So I just find that so interesting. Like, there's definitely some patterns that have emerged. We will talk about those later. What I want to talk about is the most repeated outfit, which is this one. These four people, I think, or was it more, all put together these pants with my Free Palestine t-shirt and this cardigan. 3 of you then picked out blue shoes. 1 of you picked out these, and then most of you also went for this bag. I just find that so interesting because of all of the like really obvious pairings in my wardrobe. This is not what I would have picked as the most obvious, you know? Anyway, I ended up going with this one, partly because I wanted to get a little bit more wear out of these shoes. Thank you for the suggestion. And I also went with this one because it was the first one that came through. So I figured fair and square. And then you all picked either this hat or the same hat in green. Like, obviously some minor tweaks here and there between the different outfits, but essentially it's the same outfit. Now, one thing I did add that I don't think any of you added yourself was this belt. Primarily because these pants are just too big for me at the moment. And so I kind of need a belt to hold them up. So I added the belt, but I think it works, especially with this hat. And I often wear this belt with these pants. And I do often wear, I'm looking at the mirror, I do often wear these pants with a green top or a purple top. And I do consider this Free Palestine shirt green, although I know a lot of people see it as blue. To me, it's kind of like a light sagey green. Maybe it sort of comes across a little differently on Indyx. I'm not sure. Anyway, I love the inclusion of the cardigan, and genuinely, like, flipping through, there was some really out there, interesting, gorgeous outfits that came through. But this was the outfit that I just kept going like, yeah, that's a me outfit. I want to try it on. I can't believe I haven't thought of it before. Overall, I do think this is really cute. It looks like something I would have put together myself, you know, like we're definitely in comfort territory. And for a day of basically just like knitting and chilling and relaxing, I think it's a pretty good outfit. You smashed it, absolutely smashed it. I do think tomorrow's going to be a little bit tricky because I'm going to work. So I'm going to have that in mind with the outfit that I do end up picking. Something for me to contemplate over the next 24 hours, but I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good evening, folks. I've just closed the store. I'm ready to head home. But firstly, I've got to show you my outfit. But firstly, I need to show you something I'm so excited about. Silverborn. I know we've already spoken about Silverborn. I'm still so excited about it. But I'm extra excited because Jessica Townsend came into our shop. I wasn't able to come in on the day that she was coming because we actually had a bit of a sad day in my family. But my friends at work were able to ask her to sign it. So it is a personalized signed copy, and I couldn't be happier. To Katey, look closer, Jessica. Thrilling, absolutely thrilling. So that was certainly a nice little surprise for me when I arrived at work today. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to tell you why it was a sad week in my family. And basically, sweet Heidi, sweet old Heidi that many of you will remember from my vlogs over the years. She was a gorgeous, gorgeous standard poodle that has been in my family since I was about 20. This past weekend, we had to say goodbye to sweet Heidi. And it's just really sad. She had definitely lived a really long, long life for a dog as big as she was, and we just adored her. We truly did. I'm really grateful that I did get the opportunity to actually say goodbye to her. It doesn't necessarily make it easier, it just makes it all a bit more gentle, I guess is the best way to put it. Anyway, I will miss her so much, and I know my entire family will. So if I seem a little bit off this week, that's probably part of why. Anyway, while we're here, before I head home, I'm going to show you my outfit. So here we go. This is the outfit that this lovely person picked out for me today. As I said yesterday, I really just wanted today to be comfortable. Obviously, I work in a children's bookstore, so I need to be able to, you know,
bend over, reach up, do all the things. But I also just want to feel myself. I just want to not be thinking about my outfit. And as we've spoken about, I definitely am a little bit picky. So this outfit, it's not necessarily one I would have put together. I might have picked maybe my denim jacket instead of this light purple one, just to add a little bit of extra depth to the color palette. But overall, I really like it. I think it's interesting how many of you chose to style this bag. Of all the bags I have, I feel like this might be the most popular amongst you lot. So that is very interesting to me. But anyway, that's the outfit. Thank you again for dressing me today and making sure I was nice and comfortable. But I'm going to head home now, so I'll see you tomorrow.
We're back at work, which meant, of course, for today, I wanted something comfortable, casual, that I would feel good in while at work. And I was definitely tossing up between a few outfits, but at the end of the day, I think between the weather and like the shoe factor, like this outfit just seemed like the right choice. I really felt like wearing my cardigan, I suppose, is like the gist of it. And I think aside from the cardigan, and the bag, everything's secondhand, which I suppose means 3 things are secondhand, 2 things are new. I forgot the scarf. Oh no, I knew I was missing something, but at least for now, this is what I'm working with. And I feel really good. I feel really comfortable. There definitely were a few outfits that were contenders, but some of them I felt like, I don't know, there wasn't a lot of flexibility with layering, which at least for me and this time of year at work is very important. Whereas I think this outfit's going to look great with the cardigan, but also without. Should I show you without? Here's the without. It's nice and simple, but I think it still looks great, you know? And now everything that I'm wearing is secondhand. I found this top at Savers a few months ago, and it's just one of those basics that I love. I feel so comfortable. It's like fitted, but not too tight. Obsessed. And then these pants are just glorious. And to top it off, I got matching pink shoes. And although this outfit is simple, I honestly don't know that I would have put all of these pieces together in this way. Maybe I would have at some point, but it definitely wouldn't have been my first, second or third pick for, you know, wearing these pants, for example, today. So simple, but effective. And I feel good. I'm going to get to work. I'll talk to you later. Hello, I have officially finished my work week and I couldn't be happier about it. So of course, Ollie and I are out on a little afternoon walk and I'm cold. I'm really cold. I was feeling okay in this outfit for most of the day. It's just now that it's getting later into the afternoon. Maybe I should have put a jacket on before we came out. Hey, Ollie. It's funny. I have found it kind of tricky doing this challenge while, like, for the days that I'm at work in particular. I think, honestly, I would probably find this a little bit difficult at the best of times. As I've mentioned, I'm very particular and I'm picky about what I want to wear and what I feel like wearing on any given day. But a couple of things I have noticed is, like, last night when I was choosing this outfit, the thing that I was scrolling through looking for and like the deciding factor was the shoes. Like, I was definitely also keeping in mind like the temperature and how cool it is, making sure that I would be like warm enough but not too hot or anything like that. Like, that was definitely a factor in what I was thinking about. But the other one, absolutely, especially on my 3rd day in a row at work, the shoes. I'm very picky about shoes. What aren't I picky about? Let's be honest. But I'm extra picky about shoes because of my hypermobility and stuff. Like, I do get a lot of pain that stems from the way that my body holds itself up, and obviously that begins at the feet. And I couldn't explain to you why, but I've just found that, especially when I'm spending a lot of time on my feet, the best way for me to kind of minimize, at least as much as I can, the kind of fatigue and pain that I get is switching up my shoes from day to day. If I wear the same pair of shoes, no matter how comfortable they are, for like a week in a row, I will be in a lot more pain than if I had have just switched it up each day. And so I was really, really keen to wear either these shoes, my tan rolly derbies, or my white sneakers, because those are 2 of my most comfortable shoes. And I just really, really felt like wearing them today. My feet needed it. I wanted it. And so I was looking for an outfit that would keep me warm enough without being too hot, that I would feel myself in, because I don't know, I feel like maybe over the weekend I might feel a little bit more experimental with what I'm wearing, but when I'm at work, I don't want to be explaining to people why I'm wearing something weird, why I don't look like myself, you know? So I was looking for an outfit that would be good temperature-wise, that I could feel myself in, and that I could wear these shoes. And so this is the outfit that I landed on. And I suppose at this point, I should show you. I should show you what it looks like. You ready to hop up on me? Sorry, I am aware it's a little dark. It's just getting darker earlier and earlier.
This is the best I could do today. So I got my tan rolly derbies, as I mentioned, with the shoe charms still. I'm still in love with the shoe charms. Ollie, we're not ready to go just yet. Then I have these incredible pants that were a secondhand purchase. Oh, the birds are starting to chat. Actually, tangent, Blair and I also haven't really been able to bird much lately because he's been sick as a dog for almost 2 whole weeks, which makes me very sad, obviously for him, but also for me. I miss birding. It's such an important part of my life at this point. It genuinely is regulating and joyful. And some rainbow lorikeets. Everybody's coming out. Hello. Okay, where was I? This purple knit, you actually saw me buy secondhand at Savers like a year or 2 ago, I think. I found it. Obviously, my new hat, which I love, and my blue bag. Anyway, as you can see, Ollie is very keen to get on with our walk, and I'm keen to get back indoors because I am just a tad chillier than I would like to be. Thank you for picking my outfit today. It was comfy. I felt good. I feel like we've been playing it safe so far in this video. I feel like it's time to switch things up and to get out of my comfort zone, because there certainly are some weird outfits that you lot put together, and I feel like they need some time to shine as well. So this weekend, we're definitely going to check some of those out. Right now though, we're going to head off on our walk. I'll see you tomorrow. You may be wondering why I've got us here in our official try-on spot. That's because quite a few of you came up with what I would call sort of tonal or tonal adjacent outfits using this skirt. And I thought it would be fun to pit the 3 of you against each other, Hunger Games style. Fight to the death. No, just kidding. You're all winners here. I'm a millennial. I'm handing out participation trophies left and right. No, truly. I'm so excited to be playing around and trying on your outfits, whether I personally like them or not. I'm thrilled to be doing this with you. So basically, I wanted to try on these 3 outfits this morning and just kind of see the difference, see which ones maybe we like the most, see how we're feeling. I thought it could be fun. Switch it up a little bit for today. And I mean, I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce, if you're supposed to pronounce this username, but friend, you slayed. This is so cute. Are you kidding me? I love this. I love this so hard. And I didn't even tuck in my top. Who am I? You've turned me into a new person. I love it. I truly love this. I'll be honest with you, I put this one on first because I thought it was going to be the one that I wouldn't want to wear today. And to be fair, it is a cold, dreary, rainy day, and I'm going to be chilling on the couch for most of the day. So maybe my platform shoes and a tight slinky jumper isn't the go for today, but I'm so glad. I'm already so glad I tried this on because I'm saving this. This is so cute. I need to find an occasion to wear this because I just love it. So obviously this skirt, which is going to be the recurring theme of these 3 outfits, this was a secondhand find when I was up on the Gold Coast for my best friend Annie's wedding last year. This knit is I think it's from Jackie E originally, but I got it from Savers I think last year, maybe the year before. I just love the colour. And also it's got really cute little scallop sleeves. It's very cute. It's fitted, but it's still stretchy and comfortable. Then of course my new denim jacket. I love this denim jacket and it looks incredible in this outfit. And then this bag. Like I've mentioned, so many of you have made outfits using this bag. And I just don't know that this would have been my pick with this outfit, but I think it looks great. You did so good. I suppose I'll show you very quickly without the jacket just so you can see, because for me it's very important that an outfit looks good with and without a jacket if I'm going to be wearing one. So let's have a very quick look. And here we are. I think this looks just as good without the jacket. I mean, the jacket's incredible. It's definitely a statement piece, but this is really cute. I love it. I feel really good. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to find an excuse to wear this outfit. Thank you so much, friend, for giving me a new outfit to play with. On to the next one. Okay, this one is a whole lot more casual, which I really appreciate. But again, we're sticking with the purpley, reddy, burgundy kind of tones. I do think this one definitely matches the vibes of today a little bit more. Like I said, kind of like a rainy, cozy, stay-at-home kind of day. I know I've been talking to you quite a lot in the last few videos about how Melbourne winter just isn't arriving. I feel like it arrived in the last 24 hours. It's actually kind of cold. Not freezing, not yet. Not deep winter, but it's here. Anyway, how are we feeling about this? I really, really like this. This is another one I don't think I would have ever put together myself, but it's another one I can absolutely see myself wearing. I also think it's really interesting that another theme with each of these 3 outfits that we're going to be looking at, all of them have brought in a kind of navy, dark blue denim
into the outfit. Like the rest of the outfit's kind of tonal, but then we've got some blue. All three of you did that. All three of you made that choice. And again, I just find that so interesting. All of you did it in different ways, but all of you did it. I'm truly so comfortable in this, I can't tell you. But let's have a look without the jacket. Is it crazy if I said that I like this even more without the jacket? It's usually the other way around. I think the jacket works, and so I'm happy that I have the option if I were to go with this outfit. I just love the look of this. I think in part because this jumper is like, you know, these big balloon sleeves, like you really get to see the silhouette of this really oversized, flowy jumper, which is one of the things I like so much about this jumper. You know, it's my first time pulling it out this year, and what a lovely treat to do it in a video like this because of you. So this one also gets top marks from me, and I'm not just saying that. I love this. Okay, now on to the third and final one. Okay, I'm back. There was a brief intermission. I suppose you don't know anything about that, but Blair just made me some breakfast, and I got a cup of tea, and this is outfit number 3. I think there's an awful lot to like about this one too. I'll put my cup of tea down so we can talk about it properly. And let me have a good look. I need to have a good look. So I loved this so much on indyx. I really did. That's why I kind of thought it would be fun to do this. So everything I'm about to say, friend, please don't feel like because I have some thoughts about this one that I'm not so grateful for you putting this together for me. I know I was raving about the other two, and I was ready and so excited to rave about this one too, but I think now that I have it on my body, I do have some thoughts. That's a reflection of me and the fit of these particular items, which is hard to tell on indyx, not of you. So firstly, I love the colours together. I mean, that has been kind of the theme, I suppose, for all of these outfits, is that they're mostly like the purple, pinks, burgundies with some navy. And obviously this one has the most navy. Although you might not be able to tell that this one does also have a pinky purple kind of layer under here. And I think this is where my problems are starting. I was so excited for this to kind of see this pop of purple underneath this navy. But I think because of like the way that this turtleneck is, it's a very floppy. It's kind of almost like a mini cowl more than a turtleneck, if that makes sense. I love this top. I love it on me. And I thought it was going to look really cute, like this pop of pinky purple underneath this navy. But between this kind of floppy collar rather than more like a true turtleneck, and the fact that this collar of the navy jumper is very high up, it's just kind of making it sit and look a little bit funny, I think. So this person has also included this little scarf, and they've put it on the neck from memory, which makes me think they wanted me to tie it around the neck, which I think works because this neckline isn't really working for me as is. But I suppose I just wanted to check. Let me know in the comments, like, do you see this around the neck? And what was your vision when you were putting this together? Because when I put this around my neck, it just kind of hides the fact that I'm wearing anything underneath at all. Overall, though, I think this is really cute. I think the white sneakers was a bold choice, but I think I get your vision. I think I could definitely play around with the shoes with this outfit, but this is certainly a valid option. So I like that. I like that this is already getting me thinking of more things. One thing I am thinking though is that perhaps you added in the jumper just as a layering option for me, because you know that I like my layering options. So how about we try this outfit without the jumper? We tried all the other outfits without the jacket. Let's try this one without the jumper. So here we have without the jumper, and I hope you can kind of get a better sense of what the neck is doing now. But I love this. I love this color, and I really think it works with the purple. I guess even with this now, without the jumper, I love this, by the way. I'm still a little confused about how you want me to tie this around the neck and like how that plays with the collar. And maybe that would work more with like a normal turtleneck, but it's not really working with this one. Whereas if I just sit it there, like kind of on top of the collar, I think that works better. And this kind of trim, the pink trim on the scarf is almost the exact same color as this top. So everything is very harmonious, I think. It's funny, now that I've got the jumper off, I like the sneakers more. There's something about like this very, very nice top, and even with like the jumper that almost could look professional, I think, with this bag and everything. So I think the sneakers definitely help to kind of combat that in a fun sort of way. So this outfit's given me a lot of food for thought too. I like this one. And it's nice because I truly can see myself wearing all three of these outfits in different circumstances, which is so good because I don't think I would have put any of them together exactly as they were on my own. So thank you so much to the three of you. I think as far as today goes, the kind of day I'm going to have, the kind of weather that we're having, I think I'm going to go with the second outfit. But that's it from me for now. I'll see you tomorrow with some more outfits. And I think tomorrow we're going to get kooky. So you might be thinking that, Katey, you promised us kooky. This is not kooky. If you saw someone walking down the street wearing this, like you wouldn't even bat an eye. Obviously it's outside of my comfort zone because
I mean, the only colour we have here is my red gloves, which I appreciate you picking, by the way, because I'm a little bit cold. And these are my first me-made item that I have added to Index. So that's very fun. But kooky, this is not. Well, what if I were to tell you that Up and Anti Down also wants me to wear this dress with this? I'm not sure how they want me to wear this dress, but we're going to try it. Okay. So, obviously this does take it in an interesting direction, shall we say. So this dress is gorgeous. I love this. It does button all the way up. So I was wondering if maybe Up and Anti Down, I don't know, because you didn't leave any notes. Let me know in the comments. But I don't know if you intended for this to be left open and kind of an interesting duster kind of moment. So I thought we could try that first, because to me this feels the most wearable of the options. So how are we feeling? Well, firstly, I feel very swishy. That is how I'm feeling. I kind of feel like this amount of swish is usually reserved for people who are in a much higher tax bracket than me. So I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the swishiness. Is this something I can see myself wearing? No. Honestly, no. I would never in a million days. I could have literally put together 10,000 different outfits using my wardrobe and I never would have even come close to something like this. That's how outside of my little box this is. So it does not feel me at all, even though I love all these items. I just think that's so fascinating that you can put something so outside of my comfort zone, like a million miles out of my comfort zone, together using the clothes that I own. Do you know, like, that's just fascinating to me. I think that definitely does speak to just how important and powerful styling can be and just how many choices each of us makes within our own wardrobes every day. Because yeah, I mean, most of us have picked out pieces that we like, but it's the way that we put them together that really is us coming through. Anyway, should we button this dress up and just like see what that does to this outfit? Before I button it up all the way, I suppose another option would be to kind of just button it halfway and leave this open like this. This feels like a power move to me. I don't know. I mean, like, it's unusual. I don't know that I can see myself wearing it. I am finding the black underneath almost more of like the thing that I'm uncomfortable with than like the pants and the dress together. That's weird. And this, is it buttoned all the way? It's definitely now not a duster or anything. It's a dress over pants. And I'm honestly, this does feel pretty weird to me. But like I said, it's kind of almost hard to form an opinion when, like, I know that people dress like this with lots of different layers and like interesting layers, but they're just going for something so different from what I'm going to that like it's hard to even know what you think about it. Does that make any sense? Would I want to wear this out? No, I wouldn't. Am I having fun? Yeah, I am. And so I hope today it is clear that I have intentionally picked out some outfits that I wouldn't wear in a million years, but I'm doing it in the spirit of fun and play, not in like critiquing your outfits. I hope that's very clear. And I kind of felt like we couldn't really do this concept without me picking some outfits that I wouldn't normally wear. Like, that would just be boring. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who put outfits together for me. Whether or not I personally want to wear the outfits, I am having fun, and I hope you are too. But I think it's time for another kooky outfit. 9K BK. I don't even have words. This is so far outside what I would normally wear that, like, it's hard for me to even have an opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's so many words going through my head right now and I don't know which one to grasp at. Obviously, outside of my comfort zone. There is a lot happening here. I mean, we've got the 2 patterns, 3, I suppose even the shoes because of how colourful they are. And even this bag has a pattern on it. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I could ever see myself wearing this. But I don't hate it as much as I thought I was going to. I am physically fairly comfortable considering how many layers I've got going on. And you know me, I love greens and blues together. And I think as far as like how chaotic this outfit is, I think you've done very well at making it all kind of work together. What I will say is that this is a great example of why I do not call myself a maximalist. I know when I mentioned that I like wearing a lot of colour, I feel like a lot of people jump to maximalism as kind of like a base for colourful outfits. And I mean, you've been here long enough, I'm sure, to know that how I dress normally, yes, is a lot of colour and it's often lots of different colours, but the shapes and the silhouettes and the actual items themselves are often pretty simple. I don't do a lot of layering. I don't do a lot of clashing. It's the colors and the combination of the colors that is really what I'm interested in and what I like in an outfit. And so this is not me at all, despite how much color there is. And I do appreciate the color. Another thing that I'm thinking though is that I do love, like, one, the shape and the kind of volume that having two skirts essentially gives. I also do really like the idea of, like, essentially being able to change the length of dresses and skirts that you already own. You know, not with tailoring or anything, but just literally adding different layers. Because I do love this length, but obviously the dress itself is never going to be this long. And so I love the concept. And I do love these colours together, but I just don't know. I don't know if it's me. This has been a lot of fun to try though. What I think we're ready for though is to kind of find a happy middle ground between all of these very interesting, very out there outfits that you've put together for me, but that's a little bit closer to my actual style. Something that I can genuinely wear today and feel good in. Let's see if we can find some happy ground. Okay, this one from Ali Cinderella. I feel like perfectly is in the middle of kind of everything we've been doing just now, of the kind of maximalist, wild, out of the box for me, very, very far out of the box outfits. It's a little bit closer to my end of the spectrum, but it's still out of the box for me. Just a step rather than like an entire marathon. We still have 3 clashing patterns here. There's quite a lot going on. And yet I think because of the simplicity of the shapes, it does work a whole lot better for me in terms of how I feel good. It still feels very playful and adventurous, but just in a more Katey kind of way. I will say that I have left on my socks because it's genuinely cold here in Melbourne today. I really like it. And I like that this is where we ended up. So I'm very happy with this. I'm feeling good. And I hope you had some fun today playing dress ups with me. I am kind of at my limit though, so we're going to leave it here. But I will see you tomorrow for our very last day. So for our final day of this week of you styling me, I decided to opt for another outfit that has several iterations from you, from a few of you, that are very similar. This one, for example, there's like 3, maybe 4 outfits that I would say have a very similar base and maybe just switch up the accessories a little bit. And so for this morning, while I've been chilling, having a cup of tea, knitting, I was just wearing the base and I wasn't sure which kind of direction I was going to head in. But now that we're ready to go for a little walk, I've made my decision and this is where we've ended up. Got some gumboots and my trench coat because it's not raining right now, but like it has been a bit drizzly on and off. And I do feel like that with the nice kind of dressy sort of leaning trench coat with my nice little bag, this could be quite like a nice outfit, especially if I switch the gumboots for like some black boots or something. Or, I mean, you gave me a few suggestions. I could switch them out for some sneakers and really cash it down. I like all of the iterations that people came up for this, which I thought was interesting. And one of the reasons that I did want to try this on too is because these are a pair of pants that I just don't get a huge amount of wear out of. I mean, they're really nice. I think they fit me really well. I love the colors, but I think the fact that it's got the black base just always throws me a little bit. And I do think that often I end up wearing these pants for something a little bit more dressy and I end up wearing like a black top or maybe a red top. I haven't really lent as much into the pinks and greens, which obviously are also an option. Another thing that I just haven't gotten a huge amount of wear out of just yet, although I feel like I'm getting more and more wear out of as we kind of move more into winter, is this trench coat. So this really did just feel like the perfect outfit for me to like play around with today. And although it's not necessarily out of my comfort zone in terms of look or silhouette or colors or anything, it is pushing me a little bit just to spend some more time wearing some clothes that I just don't wear, maybe as much as I could or I should. So a great option. Thank you so much. I do think it's so interesting, like I said, just how different some of these outfits are that you've put together that are using the clothes that are already in my wardrobe. Again, says so much about all of the little choices we make each day putting outfits together, and how even if all of us had the exact same wardrobe, chances are we would all still dress quite differently. I feel like that is what this has really shown me. Some other things that I found really interesting from this week are the repetitions, the things that kept coming up, and I feel like I do want to do this again because there's even more. There's more outfits that I just was shocked that like 3 or 4 people put together that were so similar, things that I'd never thought of, but several of you thought of the same thing. So interesting to me. We need to talk about that more. Some other interesting things is just like the items that kept coming up again and again weren't the kind of like staple basic items that everybody says you need to fill your closet with. They weren't even the clothes that I tend to wear or gravitate towards the most. I would say in terms of bags, this bag You guys love this bag. I feel like these pants and this skirt came up again and again and again. So many good options with both of them. And I love both of them. I wear both of them quite a lot, but so many new ideas for me to explore some more here. I would say too that I did notice that I think the fact that the majority of my audience is in the Northern Hemisphere was certainly reflected in the seasonal kind of expression in so much of the dressing. So many t-shirts. And even just a few weeks ago, I could probably have made a few of those outfits work. But now, And speaking of, because I'm very keen to do this whole experiment again, if you are, please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see another kind of part 2 to this. And so speaking to that potential of a new video maybe, in the same vein as this one, if you want to make me some more outfits, the link will be in the description box. Please, no more t-shirts, no more sandals. Like, I'm not saying I need to have like a heavy jacket for every outfit, but I definitely need some long sleeves, I need some enclosed shoes, I need some layers. Perhaps in 6 months' time I can circle back to some of those more summery outfits that you submitted. And I still can't get over just how many submissions I got, over 400 the last time I checked. I do hope Indyx keeps kind of working to improve this feature, because I think it's fabulous, but it is very difficult once you have more than like 20 or 30 submissions, it is very difficult to go through them. I wish that there was like a different way to kind of look at them, maybe, you know, more as like a scroll kind of visual, in the same way that you can look at several outfits on one screen in your wardrobe. I think that would be helpful. It would be really cool if you could kind of search for different items. Like if I really feel like wearing a particular pair of shoes that day, I could search and see what other people have suggested in terms of outfits with those shoes. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of room to grow and improve this feature. It's a super fun feature. I'm so glad Indyx has introduced it. And it's definitely one I hope we can continue playing around with, because this was just so much fun. So thank you again, everybody who made a submission. So many of you. I can't quite believe it. I was so nervous that I'd get no submissions and I wouldn't be able to make this video. But in the end, if I wanted to play around with each and every outfit, it would take me well over a year at this point, which is just wild. As always, a huge thank you to my lovely patrons, and especially big thank you to Livia and Belinda. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you again next week. Until then, so much love. Bye.